Have you ever wondered why American combat helicopters are considered the standard in the aviation world? Today you will learn about the mysterious secrets hidden in the steel of these mighty machines, and why their power and maneuverability inspire admiration among pilots around the world. Let's dive into history, where every screw, every bolt hides secrets that could change the course of any battle. Before you are the greatest aerial titans, about whom legends are told. These are the moments that make your heart race and ignite the desire to be part of this story. I will start the review with the iconic Bell UH-1 Hue helicopter, which became famous for its extensive combat experience, especially during the Vietnam War. This helicopter entered service with the American Army in 1956. Thanks to its simple yet thoughtful design, this helicopter was known for its affordability and increased durability. This made it an ideal means for transporting troops, ammunition, and supplies through the dense Vietnamese jungles. Equipped with just one engine, it could carry up to 14 fully equipped soldiers. Later, the model was upgraded to include two Pratt & Whitney Canada 5-6 engines, designed so that even if one failed, the other could keep the helicopter flying despite the significant weight of the machine. The main weapon was the M60 machine gun, which could be mounted on any door. The crew seats were armored, and the pilots received bulletproof vests for added protection. Additionally, the Hue was widely used for evacuation operations, thanks to its high speed and excellent maneuverability. This significantly reduced American casualties in fierce battles. With the onset of the active phase of the Cold War, the United States faced the need to track Soviet submarines, which by that time had exceeded 200 units. It was to address this challenge that the Sea King helicopter was created, becoming the answer to the call. This helicopter featured many innovations, such as turbo engines and a unique design that allowed it to land directly on water. To effectively carry out its primary mission, submarine detection, the Sea King was equipped with a dipping sonar, several dozen hydroacoustic buoys, and magnetic anomaly sensors. Additionally, torpedoes and depth charges were installed on board. Thanks to its exceptional maneuverability and wide range of anti-submarine equipment, this helicopter became one of the most sought after in the 20th century. One of the key features of the Sea King was its use as a presidential helicopter for transporting the heads of the United States. This function has been maintained to this day. The presidential variant is equipped with reinforced armor and the most modern electronic systems, turning it into a true secure airborne office for the nation's leader. The production of the Sea King was carried out in the United Kingdom, Italy, and Japan under official license. The model was also exported to allies. Although production of this helicopter has ended and it has been replaced by the Sea Hawk model, the Sea King is still used in several countries, including Iran, Italy, India, and Spain. The helicopter crew consists of 2 to 4 people, and the maximum speed is about 129 miles per hour. As armament, compact torpedoes Mark 44 or Mark 46 are used, as well as depth charges or Stingray missiles. A total of more than 796 Sea King units were produced, along with about 600 units under license. It was probably the most advanced helicopter of its time, considering the numerous successful operations it conducted during the Vietnam War. One of the unique features of this model is the unusual tandem rotor design, which maximally utilizes the engine's power to lift the helicopter into the air. The absence of a tail rotor means that all the energy is transmitted to the two main rotors, which rotate in opposite directions and are positioned at different heights. This design allows for the transportation of large cargo over significant distances. The maximum weight of cargo that can be suspended under the helicopter reaches 24,251 pounds, while up to 20,000 pounds can be accommodated inside the cabin. In total, the aircraft can accommodate up to 55 servicemen. Essentially, the Chinook is a fully functional flying truck. A unique maneuver known as the Delta Queen was performed with this helicopter. The essence of it is that the helicopter descends onto the water, opening the rear hatch to completely fill it with water. This allows for the quick loading of several boats with special forces and the rapid evacuation of a group directly from the water's surface. The Chinook is capable of performing other complex maneuvers as well. For example, it can hover in the air or land on just the rear wheels for quick loading. There are several modifications of the helicopter, each of which is constantly being improved. The aircraft has proven itself well both during military operations in Vietnam and in conflicts in the Middle East. The crew consists of 1 engineer and 2 pilots. The maximum flight speed is 190 miles per hour. I described another advanced helicopter in my Telegram channel, Unusual America, where I publish the most incredible stories from life in the US and share important news. Come by, read, and subscribe. This model has repeatedly been recognized as the best combat helicopter in various rankings and reviews. The helicopter's payload capacity is nearly 25,000 pounds, and its development and adoption into service occurred in 1962. A modification called the CH-54 Tarhe was specifically developed for participation in the Vietnam War, which allowed for the evacuation of over 380 damaged helicopters. This helped save millions of dollars, as alternative evacuation methods would have been much more expensive. In addition, the helicopter was used for transporting heavy armored vehicles, trucks, and military cargo. The machine could also transport universal military containers that could be adapted for field hospitals or shelters for personnel. The civilian version of the helicopter found use in the construction of power lines in remote areas. With its help, thousands of miles of such lines were laid. The modified firefighting version of the helicopter had a water capacity of 2,200 gallons and was successfully used to fight wildfires. The helicopter is also in demand for logging operations. Thanks to its high payload capacity, it helps transport logs from remote areas to the nearest sawmills. A total of 105 units of the Sikorsky, a 64 Skycrane, were produced. The crew consists of 3 people, and the maximum flight speed is 149 miles per hour. In 1971, a world record was set with this helicopter. The pilot was able to lift it to an altitude of 29,500 feet in just 6 minutes. Even today, this helicopter remains a leader in several parameters and continues to be produced. This is the largest American helicopter, capable of lifting a load weighing up to 14,000 pounds. The first version could carry a mass equivalent to the weight of 4 rhinos. The U.S. Armed Forces use it for troop transport, conducting evacuations, and lifting heavy equipment, such as SN-53 trucks. The primary purpose of the helicopter is related to maritime operations, so its hull is protected from water exposure, allowing it to safely land on water surfaces in emergencies. The development of the helicopter began in 1964, and the first units were put into service during the Vietnam War. An important function of this helicopter is its ability to be used as a minesweeper. The 3-engine variant of the MH-53 can lift up to 32,000 pounds and tow minesweeping sleds on water. A total of 522 units were produced. The crew consists of 3 pilots, and the cabin is designed for 40 passengers. The maximum flight speed is 191 miles per hour. A 6-barreled minigun with a caliber of 0.3 inches is mounted on board. It was on this model that advanced aerobatic maneuvers, such as the loop and the barrel roll, were first performed. It's hard to imagine a top list of the best helicopters in the U.S. Air Force without this model. Developed in 1975, the Boeing H-64 Apache is a legendary helicopter, recognized as the most modern attack helicopter, in service with the U.S. Army for over 30 years. It was created to replace the AH-1 to enhance the helicopter's survivability in combat. Designers used special armor capable of withstanding hits from a 0.91-inch caliber anti-aircraft gun. There is also a self-sealing fuel tank on board that prevents fuel leakage in the event of a projectile hit. The AH-64 Apache is equipped with 16 laser-guided Hellfire missiles that can engage targets up to 5 miles away. Additionally, the helicopter can carry rocket pods for destroying unarmored targets. Under the nose, there is a 1.18-inch caliber gun capable of firing at a rate of 300 rounds per minute. The helicopter is also equipped with Stinger missiles for simultaneously engaging multiple targets. Flying helicopters should be just as safe as driving on the ground. But what if you got into a car accident in America and don't know what to do next? Where to seek help? Where to find a competent lawyer? How to get compensation if you don't have insurance? The company Accident America helped secure $21 million in compensation for its clients. They will definitely answer all your questions here. Link in the description. To support the mission of intercontinental ballistic missiles and accompany nuclear deterrence operations in the U.S., the Grey Wolf helicopter was created, which is a military version of the civilian AW-139 helicopter. The MH-139A, developed by Boeing and Leonardo, is equipped with 2 engines, survivability systems, military communication, and navigation complexes. The cockpit and passenger cabin are armored, and the fuel tanks are impact-resistant and self-sealing. The helicopter is also equipped with a missile attack warning system and electronic countermeasures. Infrared cameras provide 360-degree visibility. The Grey Wolf cockpit is designed to accommodate up to 15 people. The crew is armed with 2 external M240 machine guns. The maximum speed of the helicopter is 192 miles per hour, while the cruising speed is 155 miles per hour. Without refueling, the MH-139A can fly a distance of over 257 miles, staying in the air for up to 3 hours. The V-280 Tiltrotor, developed by Bell Helicopters, is a new combat aircraft with vertical takeoff capability and long range. This machine is characterized by high speed, maneuverability, and endurance. The innovative design of the Valor allows the rotor and drive shafts to change their pitch angle, while the engines remain stationary. The Tiltrotor can achieve a cruising speed of 322 miles per hour, starting from 22 miles per hour. Its combat range reaches 920 miles. These characteristics allow the V-280 Valor to handle any tasks, and its maneuverability significantly surpasses that of traditional helicopters. The Tiltrotor is designed for a crew of 4, and the cabin can accommodate up to 14 passengers. The new high-powered military helicopter Defiant X, a joint development by Sikorsky and Boeing, incorporates advanced technologies. The unique rotor system and improved avionics make the Defiant X extremely effective for performing a variety of tasks. Its 2 rotors spin in opposite directions, and there is no tail rotor. The Defiant X uses Sikorsky's X2 technology, which enables mission execution at high speeds even when tasks require low-speed operations. This gives Army pilots the ability to maneuver quickly in high-threat conditions, reducing the risk of colliding with enemy fire. Such a system has a whole range of advantages: increased maneuverability, reduced maintenance costs, and enhanced safety. The helicopter produces less noise, allowing it to operate in stealth mode. Modern avionics include the latest sensors and cameras, providing pilots with complete information about the situation in 360 degrees. They can see potential threats from all directions. During the latest test conducted in southern Florida, the Defiant X helicopter demonstrated a speed in level flight of over 279 miles per hour. Other tests included flights with a bank angle of over 60 degrees and the lift of a guided rocket system weighing about 5,290 pounds. In addition, the helicopter demonstrated excellent maneuverability at low speeds, thanks to the use of a new electric fly-by-wire control system. With the Defiant X, the U.S. Army will be able to transport troops and various cargo over distances twice that of its current fleet. The King Stallion helicopter is specifically designed for the U.S. Marine Corps and is intended to replace the CH-53 model. As the most powerful helicopter in its class, the King Stallion provides faster transportation of larger cargo volumes. In the area of operation, the Marine Corps has already received 9 of these helicopters, and by 2025, it is planned to adopt 44 units of the CH-53K. Overall, there are plans to purchase 200 of these rotorcraft. The King Stallion is equipped with an engine that produces 57% more horsepower. At the same time, the number of parts in the helicopter has been reduced by 63% compared to its predecessor. The CH-53K is designed to lift merely 31,000 pounds over a range of 110 nautical miles in various combat conditions. This will allow the U.S. Marine Corps and international armed forces to deploy troops and equipment from ship to shore and into mountainous terrain faster and more efficiently than ever before. Modern military helicopters are being upgraded or replaced with new models based on entirely new platforms. The U.S. Air Force continues to move forward, aiming to maintain air superiority, provide support for ground operations, and carry out humanitarian missions. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.